Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about something that popped into my head a few hours after reading Fairy Tail chapter 532 and 533, but in the end this is simply prediction and speculation, so no facts are going to be involved in this video. The only thing that I'm going to be using is a hint from chapter 532, so without further ado, let's get started, shall we? So we all know what happened. Natsu took the biggest L that we've seen from him throughout the entire series as Zeref drove his arm right through Natsu's heart. This of course has the fanbase on high alert at the moment as discussions are piling up whether Natsu actually died. I'll be honest, even I am unsure on the situation because we did see his eyes turn completely white at the end as he fell to the ground, and usually when there's white eyes it means that the character isn't getting back up again. So let's assume he's actually dead because that's what today's theory is going to be revolving around. This theory still works however if he's alive, so if he turns out to be alive this theory won't be flattened. So let's get to the first part about this theory, which is one of the biggest hints on why this theory could come true, and that's something that we saw from none other than Anna Heartfilia in chapter 532 when they were discussing the time lapse, and she says that she can open it, and then she says something very interesting, which is that there's no one better at opening a door than a celestial wizard. This is absolutely huge because later on in chapter 533, when it's cut to Grey, Lucy and Happy, she brings up the idea to rewrite the book of E.N.D, even if it's just a little of it. As I said before, I did come up with this idea a few hours after reading these chapters and it just clicked for me. Anna hinting that a celestial wizard excels at opening doors, and the moment we get some Lucy screen time, she suggests rewriting Natsu's book. Another hint is that of course the book has a hole in it, and as of recently so does Natsu, so I wonder if restoring that hole while the life bonding magic is still in play would actually repair the person linked to it as well. Because Natsu did get hurt when the hole was made, so if the hole is fixed, surely it would have an effect on Natsu for the better too. So if Lucy can pull that off as well as rewrite some of E.N.D afterwards, probably with the help of Levy or someone. I say Levy because we know she's like an expert at rewriting stuff. We've seen her rewrite freeze runes and whatnot, so it's not impossible that she could play a big role in this as well. I mean, Zeref's language could be an old one, but it's not an exclusive language to him, so there's a pretty big chance that Levy will be able to read it and help Lucy rearrange some of the writing so that it can work in their favor. There's probably a good chance that this would result in Natsu turning into E.N.D, but he would be rid of having to die along with Zeref. So let's say Natsu could actually be revived in this manner. I mean, it is pretty likely if you ask me, because if it's a case of life bonding magic, it has worked both ways. We might be seeing a Natsu that's reached a whole new level in power because he would be E.N.D of course. The Natsu that we know probably wouldn't be too recognized as a result, at least not at the start, because while I don't think he would lose his memories, I think he'd have a lot of other things on his mind, such as of course executing Zeref. Why do I say this? Well, for those who don't remember, Zeref just told Natsu that Makarov was already dead, and no doubt Natsu is going to explode with anger over this were he actually to wake up again. If there's one thing you don't do with Natsu is tell someone he loves has been killed, especially when you're the antagonist of this whole war. That's when you know you fucked up. I suppose in Zeref's defense he thinks Natsu won't be getting back up again, so yeah. So the second part about this theory is of course the actual aftermath of Natsu's awakening, because I have a feeling it's gonna be quite extreme. I mean, a mixture of a I wanna kill Zeref mentality and Zeref just told him Makarov's dead with a straight face. Nothing good can come from this, at least not for Zeref. Granted that even if this becomes the case, Natsu wouldn't exactly be able to one-shot Zeref. It would be a struggle. I mean, Zeref has like turned into a god tier character right now. We don't know how strong the actual E.N.D is either, but I don't think we've even seen a little of it, at least not yet. So we're probably gonna get E.N.D versus Zeref versus Acnologia, and I think they're gonna duke it out in a battle royale kind of battle at the end of the series, because I reckon obviously Acnologia, he has to die, right, and Zeref has to die now as well. Before I thought Zeref could be spared and all of that, but after this happened, there's really only way to get this over with. He has to somehow die. I don't know how, but it has to happen somehow. I mean, the time lapse isn't an option either, because that's what he actually wants. Well, I'm going to wrap up the video here. Let me know what you guys think about this theory on Lucy using the book of E.N.D to both patch up and revive Natsu, who may rise to an even greater level of awesomeness. And if you did, please like this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new to my channel. This has been your favorite host, Perm, and I'll see you soon.